You know what's on your July calendar, Len? When Mommy and Luna go to Vacaville, we're going to hang out.
Right. What are you guys going to do?
Party.
Gamble. Poker.
Drink non-alcoholic beer. Gamble with Monopoly money.
And oop.
This boy with a blanket. You're going to have that blanket when it's 100 degrees?
Yep.
Good boy.
At the camp, Lincoln would walk around with his pillow. So,
With his pillow?
Yeah.
What is he, a baby? Was he Linus?
And oop.
Okay. So, I've always been fascinated by people who play the guitar. It's magic to me. Like, it's something I cannot wrap my head around. I find it fascinating. This wizardry, this sorcery, making beautiful music. Super envious, but I've never tried it. I played trumpet for a couple years in middle school. I was terrible. But in middle school, everyone's terrible. And it's more about your parents coming to a nighttime concert and taking a few pictures of you and cheering, even though the entire band is a bunch of 7th and 8th graders and it's a disaster. But besides that, I've never played. What about you, honey? What musical instruments have you played in your life?
I only play the piano. And I started taking lessons when I was really young, like probably 5. And I took lessons like throughout my childhood.
Yeah.
But I haven't played a piano. I haven't touched a piano since we moved here because when we moved 3 years ago, my piano wouldn't fit in here. So
yeah. I
no longer own one.
Yeah. But it sat in your place. Did you play it?
Yeah.
I know Lennox would hop on it once in a while.
Yeah. I wouldn't play often, but I would sit down now and then and just play for a little while, just for fun. Yeah. I wasn't as good as I got older because I just played less and less. But I used to be okay.
Yeah. And so our parasocial podcast friend, Megan Rage, she was talking on one of her pods that she got her husband, Brett Rage, guitar lessons. And I thought, I want to do that. I want to take guitar lessons. I want to learn guitar. I want to hang out with Brett Rage. We're going to be like...
oop.
We're going to be like that band Nelson from the 90s without the long blonde hair. So I told you, I said, I want to learn guitar. And you said, well, I have a guitar. And I was like, what? And through our torrid love affair, I've never known that you had an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
It was always in its jacket covering.
Yeah, I have a
case.
I have a little case for it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you never noticed it though.
I know. I would have thought I noticed it.
I mean,
giant black case carrying a guitar.
Granted, it's always in a closet.
Yeah.
It went from my closet at our old place straight to a closet here because I don't know how to play.
Yeah.
And oop.
So I busted it out of its case. I had to blow the dust off it like a Nicolas Cage in National Treasure. Got a little stand, a nice little stand, $3 from Temu, okay? And I put it on display. I'm currently sitting right next to it. It's on the floor next to our dining room table. And I was like, okay, well, this is a vibe. This is like going into a Slash's house or whatever.
I love it. Even if neither of us play it, I'm so glad that it's out here on display instead of hidden away in the closet.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And so your dad plays guitar.
Yeah.
Like, he is the #1 Mormon guitarist in the greater Sacramento area.
That's true.
And he came over one day, and it's out. It's on display. And he started fiddling with it, started tuning the strings. And I said, whoa, Alan. Do you just walk into Richie Sambora's house and start messing with all the instruments, Alan Fisher? But he can play, and he was very encouraging. He wants to buy me a book. And so I'm like, and he strummed a little. He was actually playing some guitar to Frankie Blue, our cat. It was adorable. Frankie seemed unmoved, but it's hard. It's hard to win his heart. But you signed me up for a class at the local West Sacramento Community Center. It's 4 sessions 45 minutes each, $54. So a month. 4 classes in a month for $54. And I was like, all right. But part of me was like, I can't believe you called me on my bluff.
Exactly.
Because
You're all talk.
Exactly. Monday to Friday, I'm like, let's go through our junk in the garage. And then the weekend comes, it's like, let's just drink some beer and listen to 80s music. But you put your money where my mouth is, or whatever the phrase is. You signed me up for a class, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this out. So go to the class. It's Wednesday evening, early evening, walk in, and my instructor, his name is Josh, and he fits the profile, like casting 101 for a guitarist, a guy teaching rec center, community center, adult guitar class, intro to guitar. He had the man bun. He's got sandals. What are the hippie sandals? Birkenstocks, tattoos, and chatting. And turns out majority of his musical training came from church worship. Yeah. And so, nice guy, we introduced, and there's 4 other people in the class. Now, 2 of the people, Joel, the tall, bald, bearded guy, and then Steve, the nondescript young Asian guy, they've been taking Josh's class for months, since last year. So 9 months they've been in this class, month after month after month. And so they're like seasoned veterans by now. Steve made his own freaking electric guitar, dude. Like, he made it. And he brought his whole deal. He had a speaker and an amp, whatever. It was like freaking Guitar Center. And at one point, because we tried to learn Wonderwall, he started wailing away on it like Wonderwall. 2 days gonna be, but he had the electric guitar. It's like do 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 do, and I was like, whoa, I'm. What's a chord, Josh? I don't know. First class wasn't bad because we're new, or 3 of us were noobs, and Joel and Steve just kind of hung back, did their own thing, and so. But Josh, nice guy, and we chat, and I said, Josh, in 45 minutes, I better sound like John Mayer, or else. But he's like, well, why are you here? What do you want to do? What do you want to learn? And I said, I want to sing cover songs to my wife and my cat. And he's like, all right. And he's like, well, what song do you have in mind? And I said, Wonderwall. And he goes, oh, okay, it's really easy. It's really easy. And then, so we start fiddling, start trying to teach me the ding, whatever, the fingers and the strings and the frets, honey. Do you know about the frets? Okay. Guy Ferretti, I'm trying to learn, and right away I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said Wonderwall. Like, I stepped too far.
Yeah.
I was too, my ego was too inflated. I thought I should learn Mary Had a Little Lamb or something, but lo and behold, we were on our way to Wonderwall, and first class, not a big deal, because we were all just kind of trying to learn things. Well, 3 of us were. Second class, it got worse, and then the story turned for worse. And bless his heart, Josh, he's trying, but I need one-on-one attention. I need a man to put his arm around me and say, this is how you hold your hand, Vince. And
you need a lot of attention.
Yeah. I'm a red-blooded heterosexual American man, but I need a man to grab my hand and softly caress it. Just kidding. But say, play it like this, and kind of take me in, envelop me. I need the personal touch. And Josh couldn't do that with 5 people, 2 of which were pretty much experts. So he would just bounce a couple minutes with one person, a couple minutes with the next person, and he kept coming back to me. You're holding your pick wrong. Okay. And he would show me how to hold it, and I would hold it right for 20 seconds, and then I would just go back to holding the pick wrong. My hand was wrong. You got to rest your wrist. Well, I don't know how to rest my wrist. I'm trying to get these stupid frets and the strings, and it was so frustrating. Like, it drove me nuts because I wasn't good at it immediately, and I didn't see didn't see any greener pastures on the horizon. I was like, I don't. And
You mean after a whole 7 days?
yeah.
Wow.
And Josh, bless his kind heart, he's like, be nice to yourself. Think only positive thoughts. Don't get down on yourself inside your head. Don't be negative. But that's all I could manifest. That's all was coming out with me, was just this whole thing was annoying. It was pointless. It was dumb. I hate it. And I tried to practice. I would throw up various YouTubers on Wonderwall, and they'd be like, do this. And
You spent a couple days,
yeah,
a lot of time actually watching YouTube videos and just strumming away.
yeah.
You gave it a couple hours of real effort.
I tried, but it wouldn't click. My fingers turning into beautiful music just didn't gel.
Guitar seems like the hardest instrument in the world.
Absolutely.
I don't know how anyone puts their fingers on a chord and then without looking moves it to a whole other chord.
Yeah.
How do they do that?
You put your fingers in the oddest positions. It's not comfortable. You're like doing origami with your fingers or something. It's the oddest thing. Like yoga fingers. I don't get it. I can't do it. I can't. And it's not. I won't. It's I can't.
Do you want to strum a couple of chords? I saw improvement in you from your first lesson to your second. Truly. Let's pick it up and show us right now.
Yeah, it got 0.2% better. I'll do it at the end.
Something, a little tease there.
Yeah. And so the night before my third class, I just thought, this is so dumb. Like it's an act of futility. I don't want to do this anymore.
I think your words to me were, it's 45 minutes of torture.
Yes, exactly. And I was just like, I can't. I need something very basic. I need one-on-one, a man who's willing to take me in his arms and be kind and gentle and not afraid to put his hairy arm on my somewhat hairy arm. But that's what I need. I can't do 5 on 1 and 2 of them are freaking Richie Sambora. That's not going to work for me. That's not how I learn. So I didn't go to the third one. And I thought, should I text Josh? Because we all exchanged phone numbers in the beginning. Should I text him a breakup note? Like, hey.
It's not you, it's me.
Hey, Liam Gallagher, this is Noel. Happens to be Oasis, coincidentally. I blame Yoko. I didn't go. Josh never got back to me. Josh never inquired about my health. I could have died for all Josh knows. What kind of religious music worship were you going to, Josh? I'm telling my stepdad, Grandpa Curtis, about this, and he said he could never do guitar because he was in band way back in the day in high school and stuff. He can't do guitar because he uses the right side of his brain. And I thought, okay, well, that makes sense. Whatever. I was just looking for any excuse, and it sounded good. It sounds logical on some note. But he said I could. He's like, I could do drums. He's never played drums, but I'm sure he could wail on them, a la Dave Grohl if he wanted to. But maybe that's well, there has to be a thing. Like, just your part of your brain can work like that, can be fluid, can translate musical notes on a musical instrument, and some people can't, and I can't. Like I said, I played piano practically my whole life, so I know all the keys, I know how to do the chords, I am very knowledgeable. Yeah. So I thought learning guitar I thought it would translate. Yeah. Like I thought I would pick it up a lot easier, but totally flummoxed me because a chord on a piano is different than a chord on a guitar. Yeah. And piano's a lot of finger work. Like you have to have strong fingers and dexterity and strength and all that. Yeah. Totally different thing though. Yeah. Well, I can play chopsticks. I can play Mary Had a Little Lamb on the piano, but just like just simple strumming and kind of moving your fingers around, I could not do. And I didn't want to do it. And so I stopped. I quit after 2 classes. This is why I hate escape rooms, okay? And puzzles and games, board games in general. I don't want to feel dumb or inept or incapable or incompetent. And ultimately, I'm just like, why would I do this to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? My mom was right. Okay, I can't stick to anything. I'm a big failure. I know, Mom. I'm sorry. If I can't take anything seriously, if something is the least bit difficult, I head out the freaking door. I head for the hills. But I do have overall ambition. I want to find like a website, or a one-on-one person locally.
I hope you keep working on it because you did improve a little.
Yeah. And I want to get better, and I want to return to Josh's arms.
Triumphant.
Second class, he didn't have a man bun. Ooh, talk about the long hair. It's like Scott Stapp Creed, honey.
I want to be serenaded.
Okay.
So keep at it, okay?
Yeah. Well,
me and Frankie.
Yeah. But I want to walk in to Josh's class, bone up, make him proud, walk like Jimi Hendrix, like the Foxy scene in Wayne's World. That is my ultimate goal. I have to find a website or a teacher who will just teach me music 101. Start there. But that's it. I wanted to learn guitar. I quit after 2 classes. So, I'm still a good person.
In 3 days, this coming Wednesday is the final class that I paid for.
Yes.
Is there a chance you're going to go?
No.
Okay.
No. Unless I become John Bon Jovi in 3 days, honey. Which isn't going to happen unless I become Kurt Cobain. No. I futility. I don't want to do this to myself. But that's my plans. I want to take another crack at it, and I want to go back to Josh, and maybe he can help me. I don't know why the electric guitar guy and Joel were in that class. Like they were just they didn't need him. Maybe they did it for the friendship, for the companionship. And that was another thing. I was so excited to meet people and have friends. And we all got, Josh put us all in the group chat, a group text. And then no one texts. And I was like, okay, well, screw you too. This is why the Beatles broke up. All right. Well.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe.
Do you remember? You haven't played in like a week.
That's it. Dun, 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 dun.
That's the song?
Yeah, that was the beginning. I mean, it doesn't sound that good.
At the beginning of Wonderwall?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
It's like 22% there.
Well, good job. Yay.
Thank you, honey. Alrighty. Well, that's the end of the program. Are we done, honey?
Sure.
Alrighty, well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for a YouTuber who plays the guitar. But they're always promoting their website. Like, go to martymusic.com for lessons and a free trial. We don't have our promo code for martymusic.com. Goodbye, my podcast friends, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may have quit guitar after an hour and a half-ish. But I'm still a good person, and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for caring. I hope you have a wonderful day / night. Bye-bye. I am glad you bought the classes and you pushed me. But I'm also glad you let me quit. And true to my character, I gave up. I'm sorry, Mom. Bye-bye.
And oop.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer. And oop.